think it's common knowledge that there is something of a crisis in headship across the country. The number of heads reaching retirement is reaching a dangerous level, and there's an urgent need for really high quality calibre candidates in all sorts of schools, be that the most isolated rural communities or the most complex urban challenging environments.
We're looking to attract great potential leaders with the commitment and enthusiasm to really make a difference. Some people could be from within the teaching profession. People who think that within 4 years, with support, they could be running their own school. Others might be from outside the teaching profession, career changers who believe passionately that education can make a difference. Either way, those who apply will be put through a rigorous assessment process, so we can be confident that they have the potential to go on to be great leaders of schools. And then they'll have a choice. If they'd like to work in a challenging urban secondary school environment, then they can go on the Future Leaders programme. If they'd like to become a head in a primary school or a special school or a secondary school in a different area, then they can go on to our Tomorrow's Heads programme. Either way, we'll make sure they have the best quality leadership development opportunities.
Future Leaders is about finding and developing the next generation of head teachers for urban schools. We want to make every child in every urban school successful, and we won't rest until we achieve that.
The Future Leaders programme, as soon as I saw it on the webpage, just ticked all the boxes for me. The children that are behind by birth, by family, by where they come from, it's so important for them to get the access to people that are going to help them achieve. I think that's what school's all about, really.
We give them a very rigorous, intensive summer training programme, and then we put them for a year in a residency school alongside an existing successful head teacher.
The foundations training was brilliant because it was all about the core values. Every child, no excuses. It doesn't matter necessarily what socioeconomic issues you are dealing with. Students can still succeed if they're given the right kinds of support. It's nice to have that person that you can call up who's nothing to do with any politics in the school or anything that's going on with you personally to get their view. It really was inspirational because we went into places like Newark and the Bronx, which have severe socioeconomic problems, and yet inside these schools, in these charter schools, the children are absolutely focused on their work, always focused on the future, focused on which college they were going to.
I've always believed that as teachers, we're here to maximise life chances of every student. The students are with us for 5 years only. There's just no time to waste.
Jo's been a fantastic addition. She's she's focused, she's got excellent listening skills, and I think she's demonstrated to the other members of staff who've been here for quite a while that all things are doable. She's brought that sense of achievement.
I was predicted a C in English, but with Ms. Dumpy, and the teaching style, I really think I can boost my grade to a B or an A.
The school has been under the Haberdashers Federation for the past 6 years. Prior to that, it was a failing school. We had the lowest A-star to Cs in the country, I think. We were dubbed one of the worst schools in the country.
Just to give you one statistic, which I think is really, really important. Last year, for the first time, we had no teenage pregnancies in the school.
It's definitively clear that the students should have high expectations and aspirations. If you ever feel, that something is impossible, he says, why? Well, why not? Why can't we do that? Just do it. And so he makes what seems impossible possible.
Every time you walk out, I walk out into that corridor, every time I talk to children, they need to know that we're fighting their cause. These children now know that there's something for them, and that's what we need to achieve, and that's what Future Leaders actually aims to do.
I would like to be a doctor, an accountant or a lawyer.
I would like to go to college, study medicine, and hopefully become a doctor.
If you want to do something that really changes the world, be a head teacher. It's absolutely true. What you can actually do to change not just children's lives here, because we're talking about breaking deprivation cycles and forming communities, which I think is unbelievably exciting. And that's why I get out of bed every day. I'm a head Why? Because I was a decent teacher. So I was actually promoted out of what I was good at, which is kind of odd, you know. Whereas what we're saying now is we're developing leadership, aren't we?
Tomorrow's Heads is an exciting new programme for talented individuals who have the aspiration to be head teachers. And the start of that route is to undertake a 360 diagnostic to identify the key strengths that an individual has and any gaps that they might have. The outcomes from that 360 will be discussed with an individual's leadership development advisor, and the role of that advisor is to work as their coach, their mentor, their supporter, but also their challenger. After identifying the strengths and gaps, the advisor, the participant and their head get together and talk about appropriate leadership development opportunities. These will include opportunities at a regional level where they can undertake a placement in another school, access to nationally well-regarded leadership development programmes, and there will also be a 2-week residential leadership school.
There'd be several projects that I think a person could learn from, be it whole school strategy stuff, potentially having a shadow senior management team, which I've wanted to do for some time. So have them heading up the next development of my school. This is about engaging with the whole community. And then you can really think and aspire to raise aspiration within whichever community that you're serving. And Tomorrow's Head really needs to tap into that.
The National College will provide to all Accelerate Headship participants access to its online learning communities and its online materials. And I think it's fair to say that one of the things that the college does really, really well is enable people across the country to connect with each other. The two main features of this conference are, first of all, a high calibre keynote speakers who will really challenge and motivate, but secondly, to provide an opportunity for all our Accelerate Headship participants to network with each other and really build this strong cadre of colleagues moving forward to headship.
It's crucial to network. As heads now, you know, I've been doing this 8 years now, and we still pick up the phone and ask advice or meet or informally or formally. You learn from other people. As heads, all we do, you know, you can say, well, I've got this idea, that idea. None of them are ever yours. All you do is pinch somebody else's and maybe tweak it a little bit. And that's what we do in networks.
The way that we find these fantastic people is to assess them through a really rigorous selection process. We're assessing all applicants by 13 competencies. These competencies fall into 3 key areas. The first of these is around their thinking skills. We're looking for applicants who can demonstrate fantastic conceptual thinking as well as analytical thinking. The second key area is around their personal effectiveness. We're looking for things such as their self-awareness and their resilience. The third key area is interpersonal skills, and this is something that we believe is really important in bringing others on board and in inspiring others and developing them also. All applicants have to apply online, and you have to go through a series of eligibility checks depending on the route that you've chosen, whether it's Future Leaders or Tomorrow's Heads. Everyone completes an essay, their work history information and a series of challenging online tests. We then take the top performing candidates at this stage and we invite them to an assessment centre. The assessment centre has a variety of very challenging but hopefully enjoyable tasks. After the assessment centre, we'll make offers to the top performing candidates. So, if you're still interested in making an application to Accelerate to Headship, or you know somebody who you think might be good and would like to nominate them, please do visit the Accelerate to Headship website.
It's a fantastic opportunity to get focused, intensive, ongoing support for your journey towards headship.